Bet you anything, this one is probably on one of the meal order services that you can get. Although, I guess now it went from 4 to 2 for that as well. Because recently Uber decided to acquire Postmates. So Postmates is no longer on its own. And so now their competition, Uber Eats, is now in competition with DoorDash and Grubhub. And out here we don't have Grubhub.
So close. So close.
Wow. No restaurants can deliver to my address, so I guess I'm not getting Wingstop. I don't want to order from Buffalo Wild Wings because the Buffalo Wild Wings places out here all suck. Like, this isn't me being, like, rude or anything. I actually used to really like Buffalo Wild Wings. But the only places I've had it where it's been decent or good has been, one, Portland, Oregon. It was really good there. And two, when I was out in Illinois with Moon, it was decent there. Like, it wasn't nearly as bad as the stuff here in Seattle. Alright, choose my quantity. Actually, no, actually. Okay, let's not be a hogget. Brain's just like, order 48 wings. It's like, Tori, that is $50 in wings. What are you gonna do with $50 in wings? Eat them! I mean, okay, but... God, okay, now I have a good idea. 16 pieces in the one that I know is good. Oh, wow. That's, yikes. Alright, and it looks like if I want to get a 2-liter for a decent price, I'd have to order breadsticks. Okay. Let's see how much a 2-liter is normally. $2 frickin' $4?
Jeez.
Well, because it's from Domino's instead of just going and buying it myself. The only 12-pack that they have is a 12-pack of Bud Light. No thanks. No thanks. No. What? Alright. Yeah, I'm not paying $2.49 for a 20-ounce. Miss me with that.
Alright, let's see, do we have an ether? No. Oh yeah, wait, right here. So let's give that to Monica.
Oh yeah, they definitely mark up their soda. That's no
Then
mystery.
Alright. Time to Alright. I thought we wouldn't have encounters on this floor, but I guess we're gonna.
I love that. All right, time to. Never mind. Never mind. I'll just sit here and be salty. Because now I gotta fight. Yeah, just in general, I don't like Pizza Hut's desserts. They have a wide variety, but they're not good. Anyway, time to read for the Emperor. And then you can, I guess, get into the battle and I can go do things. So, at last you've made it. Prepare for the fight of your life. Yeah, no, they have no sense of building up drama.
Oh fuck, wait, I forgot. To equip the blood sword. Alright,
Oh
well.
no!
That'll make it tougher on us. Oh well.
Oh no, does Kiede not have the blood sword?
Nope.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is terrible news. Yeah, that's a big whoopsie on our part. Oopsie daisy. Chocolate chip cookie, no. We won't die. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's fine. We've got 6,000 HP. Kiede might die a little bit. Okay. Might be a slight problem. Did anything else work?
Well, I've mostly been, Monica hit, and now I'm casting a bunch of buffs. That's what I've been doing with these other two.
I have broken MP. It should be fine. I mean, yeah.
Alright, let's see. Let's see, can we curse you? We'll try that. And now we should heal that from that for, well... Wait, we've cast Blink Wall. Let's get safe up first, and then we'll heal the curse.
Alright, food is ordered. I'm gonna be right back, because I have to go do things.
Okie dokie.
So, Alt-Tab. There we go.
Meteor. I can't remember if that appeared in the first game. It probably did, though. Oh, okay. Well, sure. Why not? These are always so disappointing. Alright, we'll just wait for, Lefuulei then. Not a single, not a single boss fight in this game has been, challenging. I always get so excited that it's going to finally happen, and then it doesn't. Yeah, he did, and it was pretty arbitrary. Like, we went over to where he was, and he was going on about how all that mattered was power, and then the Emperor came back from the dead and fucked everything up. So he was like, I guess I'll help you guys out. No. Though, in this particular canon, Vap, being his sister, gave him a smack across the forehead and told him to stop being an asshole. For those on YouTube, we'll make a cut right here for when Lefuulei gets back. My day has been nice, thank you, Moon. I've been working at the office for this week. Hopefully I'll be back working home this coming week. Even though it's been nice to go into the office just to be able to sort of get out and have a change of environment. You know, with everything that's happening, I'd rather not take risks, especially not for my parents. Let's see, what else? I pretty much just got home and did a lot of grinding for this game. I'm a little behind on my, NaNoWriMo, so I'm hoping I can catch up on that on Wednesday. Oh, did Tori say she was back? I don't think she's back yet. Aww. What about all of you? You guys have anything you're hoping to do on the weekend? Writing? Reading? Any games you're gonna play? Anything you plan on watching? What's your favorite Pokemon, everyone? I know moons. Aww. How about you, Marco? What's your favorite Pokemon? Hopefully complete this one Fire Emblem map because my brain keeps putting the squishy in range of the... I don't recognize that one. Let me Google it. Oh! That one is very cool looking. I don't think I've seen it before. But I like it a lot. Steel Ghost. That's an interesting combination. It says it was introduced in Generation 6. I'm not sure what that is. I really like Pokemon lore, but I don't know, like once I played, you know, Red, I've tried playing some of the others and I just can't really get into it. I think a big problem is that it's one of those games where I feel like I have to be a completionist, which means catching every single Pokemon and grinding them all to equal levels, which is a horrible way to play that game, but it's like, I don't know, I get fixated, but I also don't have fun doing it, so it's just my own brain turns it into a bad experience. I mean, that was manageable when it was 150, but now with so many, it's like, oh god, no. Maybe. I guess it would depend how we went along and did that. Tori, come back. I wanna have time to play SD3 with Moon. That might work. I think the only thing about those that would make me sad is that, my favorites probably wouldn't be included.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah, we beat it like maybe 30 seconds after you left.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Like I said, I needed to
Yeah.
feed the animals, so...
Yeah, it's not on you. It's just that, like, I was expecting... As usual, I was expecting so much more than what we got.
Listen, if they can't freaking... If they literally can't make it so that the boss is actually worth being the highest level in the game, then honestly, you know, it's not a good game. Anyway, I was beaten twice? How can it be?
Let's get out of here. Yay! I like how Kyodane just fucks off.
I mean, he's an emo brat. You did it! Congratulations! So, you came back. I'm impressed. Let me just spin dash out of here.
Pirate life is great. Come back whenever you want.
Oh, okay. Cool. Congratulations, Daddy would be happy.
Yeah, for a second I was like, who the fuck is this? What the fuck? Joseph!
What?
I guess we just saw his ghost for a moment.
Did she just summon her father from the other world to come and, you know, thank us?
I guess.
What the heck? That was so weird. We will work to rebuild the world. Farewell. I mean, where are they going?
I don't know.
What? So, everything is finished.
So it seems.
Let's live together again. Brother?
We know too much about each other now. It can never go back to the way it was.
Bruh, you literally were only here for one dungeon. Shut up. Kia, you bitch! I'm gonna kick your ass! That's the line.
He's right, we don't need an emo in our lives. Kia, someday. I promise. See, if we hadn't named these two after real people, I would have made a gay joke there. Aw, there's everyone
hey,
who
look.
died.
Yep, it's everyone who died to protect us. Wow, there was a lot of character death in this game.
Yeah. The world needs us. Let us move on.
So then these three went off and had a poly marriage.
And so the era of war came to an end. In time, the long and hard days would be forgotten, but people would always remember the children who saved the world. To the souls of the four, their friendship will never be forgotten.
What for? It was 3. It was 3!
Yay! We beat it!
That. It was legitimately, there were 3 people who did all the work, and then a 4th person tagged along. The only good 4th character that we had that was actually useful was Min.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kia was gone for 90% of the game, and then showed up in one dungeon and suddenly gets credited as being the 4th adventurer who saved the world.
When he
Who
was
was
about
there?
to help, like, further destroy it.
Yeah, he was literally going to become the goddamn emperor and take all this evil power for himself. He did more hurt than help, because he was the Dark Knight who kept kicking our ass. Or at least
Goodbye,
supposed to be
Min,
kicking
the
our
only
ass.
good 4th.
the only good fourth, although Joseph's death was tragic and we have cried a lot about it. Min was the only useful character in the entire game. Listen. This is some bull hockey right here.
There is Gordon, the one who needs to be remembered as a coward.
It's funny because since his hair is the same color as the crystal ball, we can't see it.
Yep. It's just billowing all around him. And Layla, who changes her hair constantly.
Yep. I am Angie. This is bull hockey. Yeah, no, I support the post-game headcanon that Vap tracked down Kia and kicked his ass again. Well, good news. Apparently, Zach is running late anyway.
Okay. Oh, well, I was hoping we could rate him. But, oh well.
He's still at work, unfortunately. Now what? Now what are they going to show us? The end.
And we have completed Final Fantasy II!
Sure did. Are you ready to play Final Fantasy 3?
No! I'm taking a break!
That's reasonable.
Alright, so overall thoughts. I want to credit them for trying something new. They were trying something new. They had a lot of ideas that I think were good. I don't think they had a system that was ready to properly execute it. I am impressed by the change from 1 to 2. I mean, 1 practically it did not have a story like this one did, by which I mean, like, it wasn't as present. We knew the basic premise, and we had people who told us this has to happen, but it was all very sort of just systemic. It just felt like instructions. At least this felt like it had some characters. But yeah, the problems are there. As much as I appreciate the broken things that worked in our favor, they are still flaws, and goodness gracious are there a lot of them. And we were talking about this earlier. For the time it came out, yeah, the story would have been very, shocking and impressive. But yeah, it does not carry over well. And I feel even for that time, I wish that there had been more time with Kiadane/Leon, because it just feels kind of arbitrary just to tack him on at that very last moment. Like I feel like I wish there had been at least something between where we approached him and then, the very last dungeon began, so that we can actually feel some sort of sympathy for him, or at least some sort of connection. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What about you, Lefuulei?
I'm echoing a lot of the same. Like, I would like to reiterate, first and foremost, for the time that this game came out, it was probably a marvel and a wonder and super amazing. And I think my wings are here. Hold on. Bad timing.
Everything on pause. The console is almost 40 years old. God damn. Man, it always feels very surreal when I finish a game. And I think that's because, like, for a very long period of my life, between emulators and getting Humble Bundle games, I had so many games that I would just sort of start hopping to others, and if I lost save files, I'd just give up. So yeah, there was a long period of time in my life where I would play a bunch of games but never really finish them. And since I've started the channel, I've obviously been finishing games, and it's still like, oh, holy shit, I got to the end of the game. Huh. Especially with a game like this in which it's very much doesn't like it's not very direct and clear in what you have to do. It feels very. I mean, I could at least see what I have for the channel. Let me see. For the channel, the very first game I played was. Where are our playlists?
I am
Cave
back.
Story. Oh, welcome back.
Okay, where was I? Right. Um, I'm sure that the game was great for the time that it came out, like impressive story, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to give it a lot of slack because obviously it's not perfect. Like nowadays we have the glory and opportunity of sending out our games to beta testers and QA testers
Mm-hmm.
because they're supposed to test for that kind of stuff. They're supposed to try and see how they can break the game
Mm-hmm.
in such ways such as, oh yeah, did you know that you could just like break the level up system as long as you just use the back button essentially?
Yeah.
Like QA testers would have caught that. QA testers probably would have also caught like all of the broken spells from the first game. But at least in that case, the excuse was, hey, uh, this was like our pipe dream. This was the last game we were ever going to do. That's why we named it Final Fantasy, because this was our fantasy and it was going to be the final one. We didn't expect people to enjoy it and like it. And then people did, so it's like, oh shit, we got to make a second one. And if I strictly compare it based on that, based on the era, based on my knowledge of what games I played on the Nintendo, which to be fair was not a lot. I played Super Mario Brothers, I played a racing game, I played a casino game, and I played Monopoly on the Super Nintendo. Oh, and Duck Hunt. I was not lucky enough to play Legend of Zelda or Kirby's Adventure or Donkey Kong or anything like that. So comparing this and then to the first game, this one had a lot more story. It had a lot more characterization. We actually got to meet unique individuals and unique characters and fall in love with them and cry when they died. Did they go a little overboard with killing characters? Absolutely.
Yeah. Like,
Like,
the first one with Joseph hit, but then after that, it was just like, oh, they're just, doing this on purpose now.
exactly. It's like, okay, the first one with Joseph really hit because we were not expecting it, and like he gives you his life to save you. And then afterwards, it's like, and then Min dies, and then the Dragoon dies, and then
And
this
then
person
Sid
dies.
dies.
And then Sid randomly up and dies. And like, the only way I can excuse that is the game is about war. It's a time of war. People are going to die. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I expect that there's going to be a lot of characters dying, but unfortunately, it really didn't pay.
It didn't handle it with the grace that it needed for it
Yeah.
to be worthwhile.
And I mean, I can easily write that off because, again, we're talking about a Nintendo cartridge game that does not have a lot of space for data. So the writing is going to suffer.
Yeah.
They don't have the ability to put all of the emotion and emotional depth into getting you like emotional over characters.
Mm-hmm.
But again, also that was just like a really high death toll, and like it wasn't like, oh yeah, there was a giant battle and all these people died. It was kind of like it slowly dragged it out, each character dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
Like,
yeah.
especially with Sid, that was just unnecessary. Like, he could have still flown us where we needed to go.
Well, not on his deathbed, but like that probably would have been a better idea is have him fly the characters to Pandemonium, and then like because of the chaotic energy around Pandemonium, that's what kills Sid.
Yeah, but like, what I'm saying is that, like, for example, with Min sacrificed himself because he needed to in order to get the ultimate spell for you.
Yeah.
Richard sacrificed himself so that you would have an opportunity to escape. So it's like, okay, I can see it, but
Yeah.
him just dying because off screen he got sucked in by the cyclone, it's like, that at that point it's like they were only killing him off not because they wanted. The only reason they killed him off was just to add to the death toll.
Yeah, it wasn't a meaningful death because it was done off screen, like the injuries and everything. Like it makes sense why he got injuries and stuff because getting sucked into a cyclone, like yeah, that'll there's a chance people are going to die from that. But it didn't have a meaning to it because literally like you come back and he's severely injured and then he dies, as opposed to like what I personally would have liked better, and I think that's what they made a point of later in other games, is I want him to be the character who, regardless of what happens, he somehow manages to live. Like he has just got the devil's luck
Yeah.
because hell does not want him. Heaven doesn't want him. The underworld, the other side, does not want him. So he should have died in the cyclone, but he survives with a couple of scratches. He should have died taking them to Pandemonium, but even though the freaking airship crashes around him, he somehow manages to live. Like, he's the unkillable guy. Like, that would have been more impressive because, like, this is also the start of the Sid legacy. This game is the one that brought Sid and Chocobos to the series, and they continue to be reoccurring tropes. Um, exactly, Marco. The afterlife fears him for a good reason. Um, and then of course, like you said, the gambit with the leveling system was an interesting idea and an interesting take on that. Did it work out in the end? No, I would say a solid no, and I think that's why they basically removed this leveling system from the rest of the games. Like, they use it similarly in some other games, but at the same time, they don't have it exactly like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because in other games, it's more that, like I said, with Final Fantasy 12, what I played of it, I beat the game. I don't remember a lot of it because I'll be honest, the story is not memorable, but that's me. Um, Final Fantasy 12 does a similar thing, except they take out the aspect of, your stats increase based on how you're affected in battle. They took that out. So your stats just increase because you selected those stats to be increased
Mm-hmm.
instead. But you don't have to go and whittle away half of your HP or more to level up your HP. You don't have to solely use one thing just to protect your stats. You don't have to do this weird balancing act between, okay, I can't use this character ever to attack because if I do, then their magic power is going to suffer kind of bullshit. Like, they got rid of that. But like I said, it was an interesting idea. I'm glad that they tried it out. They probably learned a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my key gripe is just the key items.
Oh god, yeah, that was awful. And that's like one
Because
that I can't really I feel like
you
can't really
can't
be
do anything about
excused.
it. Yeah,
Like
that was a thing where it's like,
I
unless the item should be used again, it should have been deleted from your inventory.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like after a certain point when it became irrelevant, like the goddess bell and the sun flame, they
And the
just
angel torch.
yeah.
Yeah, or the signet ring. The ring had no purpose after the first thing that you did with it.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't have had to hold on to that. The canoe, I can understand having. Other things like the wyvern, I can understand having. Um, Items that had like a magic spell attached to it, I could understand having. But there were too many key items that by the end of the game, key items took up
Like a
half of your
quarter,
inventory
yeah.
space.
Maybe even more. Quarter,
Like
half,
anywhere from a
somewhere
quarter
there.
to a half.
Yeah.
So that left a lot less for you to work with. Now, granted, that's probably because they also figured that what you were going to do is instead of holding on to stuff in your character inventories for forever, you are going to be switching out your character inventory frequently because maybe someone plays and they are more reliant on potions and high potions and ethers.
That's
Um,
fair. That's true.
Maybe someone plays and they really do use the magic spells that are attached to those weapons a lot more than we did. Um, so I can understand why they would, consider that, oh, it's not that big of a deal because by the end of it, you're going to have 8 extra inventory slots in the character's hands.
Hmm. Yeah.
But at the same time,
Like we didn't even
no.
we didn't even end up using those elixirs. I was like, yeah, we'll be fine with these elixirs. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Well, and that's my other gripe, and this is going to be my gripe for the entire Final Fantasy series, is the final boss is never a boss that will require you to be at max level to beat. That's for the entire Final Fantasy series. Like, I am 90% sure on this that there's not going to be a single Final Fantasy game we'll play that it's going to be like, oh yeah, by the time you get to the boss, you should be the highest level that you could possibly be, and it's still going to be tough. I think Final Fantasy IX got close when I played it way back in the day. Like, I had to have my characters pretty close to the end mark to be able to actually beat the final boss. But that's because the final boss, one, cheats. Two, it essentially requires your white magic crew to fight it. Like, it requires a full team of healers in order for you to beat it. So, that's an exception. There's always an exception to the rule. But yeah, no, definitely having a boss that it's like, oh yeah, if you can reasonably get your characters to max level, and we didn't even have it fully maxed out. Like, you still had a bunch of magic spells that weren't max, right?
Yeah, but like everyone's stats were maxed, so also
Yeah,
like the other things we were holding on to, like the heart and the Elder IQ, I didn't
didn't
bother
use it.
using those.
Didn't need it. Yeah, didn't need it. Didn't use it because we already had it at max. And like, I guess that would be helpful for someone who, like me, is a casual player, and I'm not going to go and spend hours grinding to make sure my characters are like overpowered for every battle I come across. Like for me, I usually am like, oh yeah, I'm getting out of this by the skin of my teeth kind of thing. Um it could be that after this they were like, you know what, hey, we're gonna make bosses scale to your level rather than you having to be max. Or it could be that much like Final Fantasy IX, the boss is full of cheap tricks. Because I will say, Final Fantasy IX, the boss there is the only one to use a specific spell that you need a specific spell to counter. No other enemy in the game uses that spell. And I think it's not even a spell that you need to counter, but it's an inventory item. Like everything else is normal. That boss, the final boss, is the only one to use that magic. And it's a pain in the ass. So that's a cheap trick. Uh as I like to call it, artificial difficulty. But also harkens back to me going, you know that item that you got when you started the game that you thought was totally useless? Yeah, that's how you beat the final boss. That's what it reminds me of. But overall, like the game was needed, and again, for its time, it was good. I'm sure that people back then really enjoyed it because it was a far departure from your normal stuff. Just from the fact that it had a story instead of just it's a me, I'm a Super Mario, and I'm going to stomp on the Koopa Troopa and save the princess. Or yeah, yeah, which translates to I'm Link and I'm here to save Zelda from Ganon. Now let me do these 40 puzzles. I knew Moon would get a tickle out of that one. So I can't remember. I think Final Fantasy 3 is still.
It's
I
still
told you it
Nintendo,
was the
yeah.
NES. Okay, so it's still the original Nintendo.
Yeah. The fourth is the first one. It's in the Super Nintendo.
Gotcha. So the next one I play is going to be in Super Nintendo. Okay. So hopefully we'll see some changes with number 3. Um, Obviously, the biggest change I want to see is a key items pocket, but I don't think I'm going to get that. I don't think I'm going to be granted that. And I'm not even the one playing. I'm just going to be over here going, just give me another pocket. Or at least let me equip it. Just let me do something to get these out of my pocket. But yeah, no. I mean, it was enjoyable. There were good things about it, and obviously there were bad things. It's the way it works. So that's my thoughts.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you everyone who joined us. As I said, I'm going to be we're not going to be starting Final Fantasy 3 right away. I'll
No.
probably take like a break of 2 weeks, and then depending on when Moon finishes the new game she's starting, I don't think it'll take
Mm-hmm.
that long since it's a beat 'em up game, unless you've changed your
Nice.
mind, Moon. Then after that, I was thinking we could start the Fata Morgana prequel, since a visual novel would be a nice thing to go to after all of the RPGs I've been doing.
Yeah, yeah, that would help. Yeah, Moon's gonna play the beat 'em up, so
Alrighty. So, what are
because
your
she baby.
plans for the week? You said you're going to be doing a lot of art streaming?
Yeah, so like I said at the top of the game, I'm currently working remotely right now. I do not have access to my normal PC. So my streaming is going to be limited to one of two things, which is guesting on streams, such as in about, I don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes or if it's going to be like half an hour or so, because Rogue just got home. But we're going to be streaming Super Mario RPG later tonight. And then tomorrow and Friday, I will probably do a random art stream. So just keep an eye on my Twitter and keep an eye on the Discord group for those announcements. And I'm just going to be doing lots of drawing and working through my backlog because that's all I can do. What about 4Pixels? We know that Moon's doing the beat 'em up.
All right.
What about the rest?
Yeah, so on Thursdays and Fridays at 5 p.m., between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. EST, Kime is streaming The Last of Us 2. And then on Sundays and Mondays at 5 p.m. EST, I'm streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake. Then on Tuesdays, Moon at 10:30 p.m. EST is going to be streaming Sailor Moon R, which is a cute beat 'em up game based on the anime.
Yay!
Right.
Yeah. Quick update. I just spoke to Rogue right now. He said that his comp is being a hellspawn, so he's pushing it back to 8:30. Just keep an eye on Stray_Rogue on Twitter and also the Discord group to see when his stream is going to go live. Because if his computer doesn't behave, then it's canceled. So can't do much about that.
Yeah. All right. Night, night, folks.
Thanks for joining.